Hey, it's Diane Lee from Teach Pre-K, and if you've been teaching for a while, or even if you haven't, you might have some mini erasers that you're wondering what to do with outside of just using as counting manipulatives or as little rewards. Well, I have some awesome ideas for both math and literacy I think you're really going to love. My collection is huge. Go to the Target dollar spot and you can always find tons of little bags of mini erasers for every time of year, every holiday, every theme. Start your collection, and there's 1,000,001 uses. I'm going to show you some of my favorites. This is actually something I'm going to do today. It's Halloween season. I have a sorting tray, just a divided party tray from the dollar store. I have taped a different Halloween eraser in every section. And each child at their place will have a little dish of these erasers. They pick up the spider, they put it in with the spider. They pick up the purple pumpkin, they put it in with the purple pumpkin, and so on until they've sorted the whole thing. Now, some of the little kids might need some modeling, so if you're doing this for a center, show them how to do it and stick with them while they do it. If you're doing it for just a free play center, maybe sit there for a while so it doesn't become a disaster, because that can easily happen. Here's a quick fine motor and literacy center. I printed out these letter mats where the letters are open, and you give the kids a little dish of these erasers and they start filling in the letters. And I make sure I put out some of my cutest erasers for these, because then the kids have a whole lot more fun doing it, because that's a lot of space to fill and they can get kind of bored. So you might want to make them a little smaller. Okay, this is one of the absolute best and so easy. Okay, how I did this was I opened the lid of the copier and I sprinkled winter erasers on the glass, closed it, printed out laminated 4 pages to make these little mats. I give the kids a little dish of erasers, and it is just a matching game. And it's really good fine motor work. And they just match the erasers. Oh, that one didn't even match. Look at me not make the right choice. But they just sit and match these. Sometimes I put these out for free center. Sometimes I make it be a center indoor recess. It's a fun thing to do, or if kids just need something quiet. Okay, coming around the table, I have Witch's Brew, which is my little counting game for Halloween. We have these cute little mini cauldrons. Here's my little dish of erasers that all correspond to my Witch's Brew. This one only goes from 1 through 5. It's for my 3-year-olds. This is a little bit more challenging. It's for the pre-K kids. They follow the recipe really easy. This top one is 5 witches' hats. So they would put 5 witches' hats into the cauldron. 3 black cats, 3 black cats, 1 jack-o'-lantern, and so on. So I got this idea from Pocketful of Preschool. If you are not following her, I suggest you do, because she has got some of the most amazing ideas. She does these little stews, and oh my gosh, the things she uses are absolutely amazing. I'm sure she spends an absolute fortune, but here I've got one that I made up using mostly free clip art. I think all the images are free except for 2. And a little box, some numbers, some text boxes, and there you go. I printed these out, laminated them, and I've got my math center for today. Another thing I like to do, Scholastic always has a lot of fun counting books. This one, 10 Little Pumpkins, is adorable. I give the kids a dish of 10 little erasers, or a little container. We have them put them on the table, and then we go through the book. This book starts at 10 and counts down. It's super cute. So first we'll count and we'll go, let's see, do we have 10 erasers like these 10 little pumpkins? And then each page, as we read, they take a pumpkin away and they put it in their dish. Now for my littlest kids, we just put them in the dish or container as we go. For my pre-K kids, we will count how many we have left, which it'll tell us on the next page, and how many are in our container. So we're just doing a lot of addition and subtracting that way. So those are some of my absolute favorites. If you have some, I would love to hear about them. So that's just a few things I do with my mini erasers, and they're things I can do all year long. Of course, you can always just use them for counting. You can use them in circle time for counting as a whole group, or pick a little child to come up and count. In fact, I'll show you one thing I do. Hang on, I'm going to my circle. Okay, here is a little container of pumpkins and a mason jar. We'll do like a number of the day, and I'll pick a child to come up and count the pumpkins into the jar. And then I will just say, okay, that is what like 2 looks like. That's what the quantity of 2 looks like in our jar. So that's another thing you can do too.